While everybody is sobering up from a great New Year's, I was digging up a little dirt you might have missed. Welcome to Did You Hear? My name is Jovial Max Sears, and I'm bringing you all the news you might have missed with a slight twist. You ever ask yourself why Congress cannot come up with a compromise to balance the budget and get us out of this $14 trillion debt? Well, let me tell you why. These Bammers are filthy rich, as filthy as Pigpen from Charlie Brown. The Washington Post and New York Times did an article comparing the average wealth of a voter to the average wealth of a congressperson. And you know what? The wealth gap is spreading like Michael Strahan's teeth. Cheese! In 1984, the average American voter was worth $20,600, while the average congressperson was worth $285,000. And if that's not bad, in 2009, that number swelled to $725,000. But for the average American voter, it stayed relatively the same at $20,500. During the double dip recession between 2004 and 2010, a congressperson's average net worth rose 15%, while the average American voter's net worth went down 8%. These Bammers is out of touch as Hall & Oates. Congress is worth 9 times more than an average voter. 9 times! What do they really know about what we go through? You think they worried about the gas prices? These Bammers taking limos to where they gotta go. You think they worry about where they're getting their next meal from? They're having $10,000 campaign dinners. Shoot, I wonder what a $10,000 meal tastes like. It must be scrumptious. Good. And if you think this is exclusive to Republicans, you'll be sadly mistaken. Senator Mark Warner, Democrat from Virginia, is worth $76 million. Look to the right of you. Look to the left of you. Look in front of you. Look behind you. I bet you didn't put your eyes on nobody worth $76 million. Maybe somebody worth 76 cents, but not a chance of 76 million. And that old Dianne Feinstein, ooh, is she fine? Well, not really. But when you find out she's worth $45 million, them wrinkles start to look real good. Hey, Diane, that's my next sugar mama right there. But for 2012, let's all do ourselves a favor and vote out these career politicians and vote in somebody who actually had to scrape a dollar to make 2. With the divorce rate increasing after yet another year, we at Did You Hear have decided to give out a few marriage tips for our newly engaged celebrity couples out there. Couples such as LeBron James and his long-term girlfriend, Savannah, who is the mother of his 2 children. Or John Legend and his model girlfriend, Chrissy Teigen. You got good taste, brother. Rule number 1. Agree that divorce is not an option. This might sound crazy, but the last thing you want to do is have a VH1 special, spend millions of dollars, only to have it last a few days. Rule number 2. Let this be the word for 2012 for all celebrities. Prenup. Prenup. Say it with me, boys and girls.
Prenup. What's a prenup?
Well, that's the contract that stipulates if we would ever break up, you take what you had when you came into the relationship and I take what I had.
If you're rich and you're famous, please sign a prenup. Take it from Eddie Murphy, who didn't take his own advice.
You have $5 and have to give somebody $2.50, you'd be upset.
I bet Kobe Bryant is wishing he had a prenup right now.
If I could just turn back the hands of time.
Rule number 3. If you're going to have an affair, please don't do it with a hired help, Arnold. They're there to dust your shells, not your ass. The money probably would have been better served just getting a prostitute. Sounds tacky, but I'm just saying. Rule number 4. Most wedding vows say in sickness and in health. So if your wife gets sick, please, I implore you, please, John Edwards, don't go and have an illegitimate child. You can spend $400 on a haircut, but you can't spend $5 on a box of condoms. I'm just saying. Rule number 5. Don't expect to change your spouse just because you put a ring on their finger. If you're marrying someone half your age and it was in the club, taking pictures, and partying up with every female up in there, chances are they're going to continue to do it after they get married. So you shouldn't be surprised. You probably best better serve if getting your groove back by having a relationship with no strings attached and not getting married. These are just a few simple rules that we hope that anybody can use, especially our celebrities these days. If you follow these rules, maybe, just maybe, your relationship will last more than 72 days. And let's hope for 2012, everybody's new theme will be
We ought to stay together, loving you well.
Merry New Year! Merry New Year! Now that we're in 2012, let's go back and review some of the best moments of 2011.
Stupid people are ruining America.
What are you willing to concede that you've done that was wrong and you wish you had not done it?
Well, in retrospect, I shouldn't have showered with those kids, so.
That's it?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what hits me the most.
Are you a pedophile?
I have to be a little straightforward with you and tell you that the security guard we talked to, he said that Justin went to the dressing room that night. He went into the dressing room. His mother was there. His hairstylist was there. His best friend was there. Then he came out of the dressing room. He was with him the whole time. They walked him to the car. Why would he say that?
No comment.
If it was up to me, it would have been a better story. Like Justin Bieber went off to like South America with this 27-year-old supermodel, and like they were like that would have been an awesome moment.
All right. You gonna learn today?
Restraining order against you that Rihanna had issued has been relaxed. Have you all seen each other? Been around each other?
I mean, not really. I mean, it's not really a big deal to me now as far as that situation. This album is what I want them to talk about and not the stuff that happened 2 years ago.
Backstage said, oh, he's a thug, Chris Brown. And I said, well, why didn't you call Charlie Sheen a thug?
I mean, what's not to love?
Especially
when you see how I party, man. It was epic. The run I was on made Sinatra, Flynn, Jagger, Richards, all of them just look like, droopy-eyed, armless children.
What a team! What a ride! The Cardinals are world champs in 2011.
2 minutes, 10 seconds to go. They get that settled field goal, but that means Ben Roethlisberger can...
Comes to an end. Your final, 105-95.
As to the charge of first-degree murder, verdict as to count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant not guilty, so say we all, dated at Orlando, Orange County, Florida, on this 5th day of July, 2011, signed foreperson.
We, the jury in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Conrad Robert Murray, guilty of the crime of involuntary manslaughter.
And I will tell you, it's 3 agencies of government when I get there that are gone. Commerce, education, and the, what's the third one there? Let's see.
It would be great if inner city schools and poor neighborhood schools actually hired the children to do things. What if they cleaned out the bathrooms, and what if they mopped the floors? What if they, in that process, were actually learning to work, learning to earn money, They had money on their own. They didn't have to become a pimp or a prostitute or a drug dealer.
Stupid people are ruining America.